What's up, everybody? It's Dono. I have people asking me every once in a while what they should be writing raps about. I feel like there's this stereotype out there that people kind of get stuck in a Braggadocio style, but there's actually several things that you can write about. So in this video, I'm going to go over 5 quick ideas for just different topics or themes that you can use to start writing raps. The first theme is life events, and this is probably the most common thing that people talk about. It's pretty, straightforward when you think about it. Life events, like just think about what's going on in your life and craft your verse around that. Most of the time, you're going to have the most passion and energy about what's going on in your life anyway. So, if you just got a promotion or if someone that you just got in a fight with them or whatever, something like that, you just kind of craft out that story or those feelings and turn that into some verses. That's a really common place to go to draw inspiration. Number 2, you can do what's called Braggadocio, and that's what I mentioned before. Braggadocio is probably that most stereotypical style of rap where you kind of self-hype and talk about I get all these girls, I get all this money, I get all this, stuff like that. That's the Braggadocio style. Obviously, a lot of people draw inspiration from there. It's kind of fun to, put on a persona. Now, Braggadocio is really common, but that doesn't mean that's what you have to use, okay? Don't feel like you have to fall into this box. If that's the kind of verse that you want to write, by all means, it's fun. But you don't have to be constrained to just that. A third place you can draw inspiration from is fictional stories. So the cool thing about fictional stories is that you can pretty much just write about whatever you want. Like if you want to write about a trip to Mars and how you fought aliens or something, whatever. There's no real boundaries over fictional stories. And for a lot of people, it's really freeing to, write some fictional story because they don't feel like they're necessarily exciting enough. That's another point that we'll talk about some other day. But they don't feel like they have enough to really talk about. If that's the case, you can just make up a story about whatever you want. The fourth place you can draw inspiration from is world or current events. This is pretty easy. You just turn on the news, kind of see what's going on. And if you have a message to speak about, something that's happening, you create your verse or song around that. This is really good for those that kind of have like a passionate message or, political leanings that they want to communicate. Using current events to kind of build your verses around gives it a very timely feeling for anyone listening. But that's one of the downfalls of kind of writing about these world events is after they've passed, if they don't stay in people's memories, your song may be about something that kind of already happened. But if you are close enough to the event, it can really get some traction quite easily because it's on everyone's mind and what they're already talking about. The fifth place you can draw inspiration from, and I know this kind of falls into life events, but it's enough of a category on its own, I thought it deserved to mention, which is just love songs. There's so many freaking love songs out there that it's ridiculous. If you have, an experience with a relationship or you want to get into a relationship or you're fighting with your loved one or you miss them or whatever else, that is a huge place that people draw inspiration from and craft songs around. The last real thing that I wanted to cover is basically that, once you get a topic, then it's a lot easier to start writing your verse. So if you're having a ton of trouble coming up with some inspiration, honestly, just get a piece of paper or a notepad or whatever you use to write your lyrics and just start writing something. A lot of times, more often than not, you're going to find that once you start, you can just keep building on what you've already done and create a song around that. That is all for this video, so as always, feel free to put some comments down in the box below. I've got a website you can check out, rapbetter.com. Got a full 30-day course, I'll have a link to that as well. But beyond that, keep practicing, and I'll see you next time. Peace. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on the videos, and if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, put them down in the comment box, and I'll get to them as quick as possible. See you guys.